Hi guys, well, it's not welcome back to my channel, it's more like let's have some chats. I've been meaning to do this the whole week, but I've just not had the strength to. It's been a very difficult week because this week was supposed to be like one of the biggest weeks for free minds. If you know me, if you follow what we do as a community, as what I've been pushing for the last 2 years, it's called Free Mind Sessions for those who don't know. But if you don't know, that means that you are not really my friend. But and those who have always wanted to come and and always just can't, I really appreciate you. And I think why I wanted to do this video was a way of just touching base with how this year has been. I think I haven't actually done one of these. I've always just wanted to just download what we have been doing and how it has also affected me in a way, positively and negatively. But because it's very hard as an entrepreneur who doesn't know what this means, and sometimes you just plunge into this space and then you say, I'm gonna do this, I have an idea, I'm just gonna do it. And I know for me this is very hard because I ramble so much. Like sometimes I know what I want to say, and then somehow in the middle I just kind of float into my own oblivion in my mind. Like it's like somehow English is not my first language. I start speaking in some like some other extraterrestrial, like I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. It's much more alien. But I think what I wanted to chat about is like in terms of just how this journey has been, and I've been reflecting a lot this week on just how it's like, how do I put it? You start with so much zeal, and a lot of times that's very there. That's like completely concentrated, and you have all these people who are surrounding you, and they're like they're like, yes, you can do it, or no, you can't, or or it's kind of like bizarre what you're trying to do. And I think for me, I have this sort of determination in my mind that whatever I set my mind to, I want to do it. And that's how Free Minds began. It was, I think a lot of you have always asked me like, how did this begin? And it was also actually just in terms of translating my thesis project, which was a whole clothing line, to now something that can actually be tangible, right? And work beyond just doing a school project and then just kind of being like, that was third year, done it. I think I had this notion because of what had been going through in my life at the time. I wanted to do something that was beyond me. I think I was having a lot of pain at the time, because when you lose a parent, that's not easy. So I think I was working to use that pain in a good way, to give people something to like live for, and I'm a social designer apart from being a textile designer. And social designers are people who solve problems for people. Like they look at a problem, they see there's a gap, and then they figure out how they can help your life be better. And I sort of felt that has always been something that I knew I was going to work beyond just fabrics. I mean, the fabrics and textile has always been something that I am very passionate about, because of just the nitty-gritties of it, and just thinking about colors and textures and print and design. It just gives me so much joy, because then you live in a sort of fantasy world. But then how do you go beyond fantasy? And that's why Free Minds came to be. Like, I had thought of a whole utopia of people living in bodiless, people living in bodiless creatures. Right now we embody our souls, our spirits embody something, which is this, what you see. And then imagine that place where that is not the norm, and actually what your afterlife is you embodying a body, so that you actually appreciate people, and you appreciate what people have to say and their background, and just there's a it's limitless. It's the word I like to use is ethereal, because it has no shape, it's ever moving, it's just beyond like human understanding. And that's what I thought about Free Minds when I created the clothing line, and when I started to now figure out how am I going to how am I going to make this a thing. And so a lot of times we are faced with challenges, and I feel like I have faced a lot of challenges with my team, and I'm so grateful for the team that I have now, like rooted. My co-founder Lindsay has been a phenomenal woman who just thinks beyond, like she thinks like for 100 people. Like I kind of sort of forgotten one step, and she'll kind of be like, you need to have thought about this. And I think our teamwork has really gone beyond the first day, like when we started working together as her just more so being in the decor department, and then now as things sort of morphed, we found ourselves more working as now business partners. And I think why this week has been challenging is because we wanted to put out something as a final thank you to all of you, and it was beyond my control. It just couldn't happen, and we are kind of now circling back and figuring out and I feel like I owe it to like the community right now to just be like, you guys are still in our thoughts, and like we are not I think so. It's hard when you want to do something, and what's blocking you is like finances, and especially finances. Let me just be completely honest with that, because as Free Minds, we charge this little fee of 500 shillings at the door, but really in essence that 500 shillings that you pay actually circles back into the company and actually helps facilitate the next session. So none of us have ever been able to have a salary or have some sort of allowance from Free Minds, because it's all for you guys, it's all for the community. Because there are times where we're thinking, do we really need to do it? But then I see all of your messages, I see how you guys come with so much zeal, and it brings me so much joy. Like, man, it brings me so much joy. Man, I said I wasn't going to cry in this video, but it's because it tears me up, because it shows how much people need this. Like that's the whole reason why I became a social, that's how I know I'm a social designer, is because of just that problem. Social is about community people, and for me it's damn, I'm even losing I'm losing words, because it's like, it's just for you guys, as in I don't even know how to say it's for you and beyond, because initially, yes, when I look back when I created the clothing line, I never ever expected this. Like sometimes you go like, okay, people might like it, might not. As artists, we have this notion of like, let's put it out to the world. We are very vulnerable people. And then you see the feedback, it's remarkable. And you just kind of lose, you ask yourself, Jesus, how did this happen? Like, how in my wildest dreams did we think we were going to be able to achieve? Like, I didn't know we were able to achieve this, but I'm happy we were able to do it. And, it's not like we have reached the epitome of our success. No, oh my God, we have so much. Like, I'm so excited for 2020, you guys. You have no idea, because the things that we've been kind of marinating, the sort of foundation we've built, the kind of credibility we've created with our partners and people we've been working with. Like, it's amazing to the point now I'm just so ready for us to now take it to the next level. And it's sad that I'm trying to still digest that we are not able to give the final hurrah for this year because of just unavoidable circumstances, things that just, even me, I look and I'm like, yo, I did my best. My partner Lindsay did her best. My team did their best. As in, my God, like, if you've seen them during Free Minds, you know, the guys on the camera, Eddie and Felix, my amazing resident photographer, Eric, Junior Nyongo on the decks, just giving you some amazing sundowner, and just like the after party is like way, like people just go mayhem because his set is amazing. You know, we have Wanja Uhoro, who's like, she is an amazing singer, but she just, you know, she welcomes you at the door most of the time, you know. And like, you know, there's my, you know, our other amazing writer, Nyambura, who, you know, she's been also very, you know, having to do a lot of work, but she, you know, makes time to be there. And just the people who make time to be there, like, it's those are, you know, the core, you know, team members, and like people who are just, and like my other, you know, people who edited my, if you ever saw, like, I'm rambling, but like, bear with me, because I really learned to appreciate people. Because if you remember our video with let me just go a bit of an tangent. If you remember our video with Lindsay, like our co-founder, not introducing properly, if it wasn't for like my friend Dean and his studio, which he has his studio at along in his house in Kindaruma, like, we literally just asked him like, yo, can we set up something's happening here. But if we set up and we just use your studio, can you use your lights? And then, you know, he just let us be able to explore his room, his studio space, and just shoot. And I'm very awkward with cameras. I'm very awkward with cameras. But I mean, the patience that his team had, and just allowing, and even editing the whole video for us, like, shout out to him, shout out to Dean, by the way. And just many people, stakeholders that I may not mention in this video, but you know, personally, I've called you up, I've talked to you for like 3 hours on the phone, brainstorming on like, what should I do, how do I move forward, like having this like quagmire in that, where should I go? And it's scary. It's so scary. It's like, man, what do I do? And like, yeah, so it's like one of those things, I didn't know that. It's one of those things where, honestly to God, I don't think Free Minds would be where it is without all of you people. Like, I had to do a big shout out, like, and I personally, this is my Thanksgiving, like I feel like the rest of my days of 2019 will be spent, I think, thanking you, each and one of you. I don't know how, I'm still being English. I'm still figuring out how I can say thank you, I can give thanks. I'm still figuring out, because I'm kind of, I wish I could do more. I wish I just had like so much resource and just do something, but I can't. Like, I've looked at it up, way down. It has caused me like 4 days of sleepless nights. Finally, I've gotten my hair together, I've gotten myself together, I have gotten yeah. So I think basically what I'm struggling with is like figuring out how to say thank you, because that's just my embodiment. I feel like I have a lot of thank yous to give. You can never run out of thank yous. It's like a big part of like who I am, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's a way of like, I wish thank you could translate into something, but I think it's one of the things people like to hear, and especially when they least expect it. I don't know. There's sometimes like you may say thank you, and then it's like, But this, I'm telling you in behalf of my organization, like, we are so thankful. It's like, it's beyond me at this point. And I know I keep saying that, but yeah, I am seeing so much excitement. I'm so excited for 2020. Oh my god, do you realize it's going to be 100 years since the 1920s? Like, bruh. Anyway, that aside, I am excited. I am excited for you guys, because sometimes there are many times I can't, like, I am at my own free minds, right? Of course, every single time. And I feel so jealous for you guys. Like, I'm just like, I wish I was a guest. Like, the way I'm just like, I just wish I could be a guest. I wish somebody could, I just wish I could be a guest at my own event. That's how I'm so happy for you people, because you get to enjoy it, and you get to learn something, and you get to like meet people, and you get like it's the most beautiful thing. It's like how you knit a sweater. It's like that one string. I think somebody told me this in Kampala. By the way, whoever you are, like, I'm trying to remember, but I remember somebody had told me, or is it no? Anyway, somebody told me this. Sorry. During one of our sessions, and they went like, and said it in such an amazing metaphor, like the sweater, a sweater is sweater is joined together by one string. And that was just so profound, because like you see all these interwebs and things like that, but then that sweater, if you remove, there's a way, I think, if you found the connecting point, that's what's holding everything together. And then I feel like that's the kind of community that we're growing. And yeah, like the world is just one huge sweater, honestly, at this point. Like, we're so connected in ways we don't even know. And that's greatly profound for me. Yeah, it gives me hope in humanity, by the way, despite a lot of things that have been going on. So yeah, so let's be kind to one another. I think this comes to the end of our chats. I wish I had tea. I don't know why I didn't make tea. What the? That's so unlike me. Anyway, I'm sure I'm gonna be seeing a lot of you very soon, because it's December. It's festive season. I think again, I'm very grateful. But as always, guys, stay free-minded, get home safe. Mwah, all the best.